What's up everyone, welcome to a video on the second channel. We are here at my surf shop, Surf Center in the Netherlands, and we're gonna do a little Q&A specifically about the DEFIWIND. The video now has over 100,000 views, which is absolutely crazy, and there were a lot of questions and I want to answer some of them or all of them today. So I would say let's get into it, and first of all, of course, thanks to all of you for leaving comments, liking the video, viewing it. Yeah, we're stoked because we put a lot of effort into the videos, and it's nice to see that you guys like it, and yeah, we're happy about it. Before we get into the questions, this year at the DEFIWIND, we did again the Surf Center DEFIWIND experience together with Jordi Wong, which is basically a clinic that prepares you the best way possible for the DEFIWIND, and we're planning to do the same next year, but bigger with more coaches and also with me as a coach, so you can go to the DEFIWIND together with me. I'm going to prepare you together with Jordi and the other coaches. So there will be a link down below where you can do sort of an early sign up, and you can get some information once we come out with the rest of the information. So if you're interested to go to the DEFIWIND at some point, you can leave your email address down below in the link in the video description, because this is where we will send out information for the next DEFIWIND Experience 2024. Obviously, it's very early days, but if you're thinking about to join, leave your email address down below. We will feed you with all the latest information about the DEFIWIND 2024. It's going to be an exciting one. So let's get into the first question. So Peter says, nice video. Besides the back pain, what are other problems or challenges you had during the races? Leg pains? After all, you are in top shape, I hope. Well, I hope so too, but I think in one of my better shapes so far. I think everyone has problems during the race, sort of. I mean, it's a distance that you don't normally sail. At least you're not pushing for such a long distance consistently. I mean, obviously it's full of challenges before the race in terms of preparation, also after the race, but let's focus on the race itself. I think, there is a bit of back pain involved, because obviously on such a long distance, the wind differs tremendously. So you might have 10 knots less and 1 point than on the other point. So there are some stretches where you're underpowered and you really try to push the gear and try to make it fly, or try to make it go fast, then it's going to be hard on your back. And that's what I experienced. In some stretches I was overpowered, so I had to really bring my ass out a lot in order to control the strong wind. And that's when my lower back started hurting a bit. Of course, I think some people experience problems with the forearms, so grabbing the sail and the boom for so long, for such a long distance, is not a problem I had. But the biggest challenge is to control the strong gusts and to keep going fast in the lower side of the course where there's less wind. Of course, on the foil it's a lot easier to finish the race, because you don't hit the chop all the time. You don't have to pull so hard to make it fly. You get a lot more lift from the foil itself, right? So it's a bit more relaxed on the foil, which is why I think also it's easier to keep a consistent average speed on the foil compared to the fin. I experienced from the year before, because this year I didn't use the fin at all, that on the fin it's so much more exhausting for the back, because you have more sideways pressure on the fin, and your legs are working way more. John Payton says, waist harness for flats equals sore back. Why not seat harness? So I think basically, I mean, you can debate generally whether seat harness or waist harness is better. I've been using waist harness for a long time now, just because I feel like it gives me more control. So if you have it all in your butt, kind of the whole weight, you lose control. This is why I use the waist harness, but a seat harness, of course, in long distance could help to relieve the back a little bit. So it depends, but maybe it's a good one for a video sometime, that where we can compare seat harness to waist harness, maybe speed differences, control differences, pain differences. I think this is a good one for a video here on the second channel. John of 24, nice video, love the flat water. What speed did you reach? And about the race, wouldn't it be more comfortable wearing a seat harness instead of a waist harness? So same question about the harness. I'll skip that one. What speeds did I reach? On one of the first days where I was free sailing and shooting downwind, I actually went past 40 knots. I think maybe it was 42 knots. I have to check up on that. Maybe we can put it on the screen. But during the race, I think the max speed I reached was about 32 knots, 31 and a half, because you don't go so far downwind. It's a figure 8 course, so you always sort of go a little bit upwind. You never really shoot downwind and reach really high speeds. Great video. Could you show the gear specs a bit longer? I had to pause to read it. Thanks. Yes, we can. Ted says, did the DEFIWIND few times. It's an awesome event. Why did you take the foil instead of the fin with these conditions? Great video again. Looking forward to the next. Yeah, so for once, the foil is just a little bit easier. I said it before, to keep good speed, average speed throughout the race, but also throughout all the days. So physically less demanding. And also it allows you to play more with the wind shifts, so you're a bit more secure. Most of the guys wanted to start more towards the outside, so more downwind. We feel like there's a bit of an advantage to start outside because that's where the boat crosses first. So you can kind of cross the starting line way before the others. And with the fin, it's really difficult to start from so far out because you can't make it upwind to the first mark. And also the speed is quite similar to the fin. Maybe you gain a little bit with the fin. Fin had an advantage because there was seaweed at times during the races we had, and that's where usually the fins caught up a little bit. Possible that I could have done a bit better with the fin, but possible also that I could have been more or less at the same results choosing the fin over the foil. Revolt Wind says, great video, I always love the DEFIWIND videos. Could you post your uncut POV race on the second channel? It's so rare to have POV from the front of the fleet. And actually, there is already a POV race on this channel right now. We did upload it, so go and check it out. The link is down in the video description. Excellent video, Nico. Why do you sail with a helmet on the foil and not on board? Just wondering. Well, actually, I use a helmet almost all the time now, even when I go with the fin, just because we have this rule in PWA now. In free sailing, I don't always wear a helmet, just because I'm not so used to it yet. In the past, we were never required to wear a helmet. Only with the introduction of foiling into the same discipline, we have to now. So yeah, often during the trainings in Tenerife, etc. in the winter, I do wear a helmet, even when going with a fin. But sometimes with free sailing, I just don't think about it and I go without a helmet. Simon is asking, at the beginning in the practice session, you seem to have super long harness lines, quite a bum out stance. I assume it was intentional, but can't see how it would help. Thanks for the great content. Well, yeah, I gotta tell you, on that day, we had about 40 knots, gusting even more. So it was really, really windy, sort of on the edge of control. So therefore, this bum out helps a lot to gain control. We have long harness lines, meaning you have a big buffer. So if a strong gust hits you and you get pulled up and you can't control it anymore, there's a big buffer zone before you actually fall over. If you have short harness lines, the gust hits you, you will fall over right away. With the long harness lines, you can bring your bum out, you can really control the pressure much better. So that's the reason. Preparados para virar asks, at 542, what front wing size and fuselage were you using? So I was using a 95 long fuselage and actually a super small speed wing. I think it's on the 420, around 420 square centimeter area. So it's a custom speed wing, super small, and actually it was quite a bit too small for that race. Windsurf Generation X, sehr geiles Video. Welches finboard do you use? So which finboard do I use? That was the 62.5 Slalom Pro from JP that I used. It's the board I registered for the World Cup as well. Artem 169, doesn't this motorboat passing right across the participants at the start interfere with them? They do warn you a lot at the briefings that you should be really careful with the boat because they will not stop for you. On the other hand, I've never heard about someone getting run over, so it seems that everyone is careful. And it also seems that if someone is maybe a bit early, they will slightly adjust the course. So I don't think they would run anyone over. But be careful, guys. All right, well, that was it with the Q&A, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my second channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. A lot of you guys are not subscribed yet, but are watching the videos here on this channel. Also, check out our DEFIWIND video if for some reason you haven't seen it yet. And I would say, I see you guys in the next video. Bye.